Welcome everybody to episode 5 of Who's Funnier? Battle of Weekend Update. Once again, Richard and I challenge each other to see who could be funnier in a remake of SNL's Weekend Update. This week, we'll be continuing the format of matching the number of minutes each of us have instead of the number of jokes. And since we haven't done this in a while, many of the jokes we'll be using have covered the last month instead of just the last week. And finally, we still need your help in determining who's funnier by commenting down below. Anyways, let's get right to it.
It's Weekend Update.
On Sunday, President Trump's brother Robert Trump died after being hospitalized in New York. But don't worry, President Trump said he'll make sure Robert's mail-in ballot gets collected. After Michelle Obama's speech at the DNC this week, many people are inquiring about the necklace that she wore that read "Vote." So not to be outdone, at the RNC, Melania Trump plans on giving her political speech with a necklace that reads "Slave."
Joe Biden's search for a running mate has nearly come to its conclusion. Political analysts believe Biden has to select a black female to have any chance in 2020. And he's narrowed down his choices to Senator Kamala Harris and Susan Rice. But don't count out Elizabeth Warren. Just this weekend, she was lashing out at the media saying, "Hey, you want black? I'm twice as black as I am Cherokee."
Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden did an interview with Cardi B this week. And since Joe couldn't sniff her, the only way his daughter got him to do the interview was if she played Cardi B's WAP music video during the interview. In contrast to President Trump's handling of the coronavirus pandemic, many Democrats were praising how well of a job New Zealand's female Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern did in her country's fight against the coronavirus. The praise from the Democrats lasted up until she announced a 4-week delay in her country's elections.
The Washington Redskins and owner Dan Snyder finally succumbed to all the social and financial pressure and have changed their team name and now are simply the Washington Football Team. Well, according to Vegas, the favorite names for Washington are now at plus 300, the Presidents, at plus 400, the Lincolns, at plus 700 each, the Jeffersons and the Roosevelts, and then at plus 1,000, my favorite, the Johnsons. There are 3 other teams, NFL teams, that are receiving massive pressure to change their team names. Atheist groups, Satanist groups have an issue with the Saints. The Latino community is pushing hard to change the Browns. And the LGBT community is up in arms about the Packers.
Recently, President Trump's new favorite COVID-19 doctor, Dr. Stella Immanuel, was ridiculed for her coronavirus theories, her support of hydroxychloroquine, sexual visitations by demons, and alien DNA. In similar news, the Pentagon is releasing video of UFO sightings, so maybe Dr. Immanuel isn't so crazy after all.
The Broadway musical Hamilton has taken the world by storm. Lin-Manuel Miranda's creation is basically a depiction of young America. Some say an urban depiction. And it's been playing on Disney Plus for the last month. So now, let's switch gears to NASCAR fans. They have openly embraced Black Lives Matter and Bubba Wallace, so I put them to the test. I asked 10,000 NASCAR fans who the original American rapper was to see if Hamilton had an impact on them. And here is the top 5. I haven't read these yet, so I'm going to be just as surprised. Number 5, Alexander Hamilton. That's what I expected. But I'm scared now to read the rest. I was hoping that would be number 1. Number 4, Doug E. Fresh. That's pretty random. Number 3, Here's where it gets ridiculous, right? Marky Mark Wahlberg. Number 2, Vanilla Ice. And number 1, can't make that up. Oh, the founding father that looked like a Mexican. Come on, NASCAR. Really?
For months, there's been speculation as to why Prince Harry and Meghan Markle decided to leave England and the monarchy entirely. But after DNA and analysis, the poop surrounding the Queen's castle has been determined that it was from the Queen. So I can understand why they left. Seeing Granny poo outside is not a way to raise your kid. Actress Sharon Stone went on Instagram to share her sister's experience in battle with COVID-19, and she said people who don't wear masks are to blame. Although she still hasn't said anything about people not wearing panties. The day after Michelle Obama stung President Trump during her speech at the DNC, President Trump announced that he's going to pardon Susan B. Anthony. That's right. You know, President Trump is so reactive to the news that soon he's going to announce that he's going to remove Mount Rushmore and give the sacred land back to the Indians. After President Trump saw the interview Joe Biden did with hip-hop rapper Cardi B, Trump made headlines by making a full and complete pardon for Susan B. Anthony. Unfortunately, Trump was shocked to find out Susan B. Anthony was white and simply thought he was pardoning a black woman named Susan B.
Vanilla Ice has canceled his 2020 I Need Money tour, which would have started in Austin, Texas on July 4th. The cancellation is due to COVID-19 issues, and Vanilla had this to say. Yo, I didn't realize the numbers were so crazy. I'm just trying to be a hero. And a hero he was, potentially saving the lives of a dozen women in their 50s and 7 racist rap fans. Robert Kraft and his team of attorneys are attempting to block the state of Florida from releasing sex videos of Mr. Kraft and employees of a massage parlor in West Palm Beach. But it's not like the Chinese and the Russians don't have sex videos of Robert Kraft already. I mean, the #1 movie in China right now is Bitchcraft, and in Russia they teamed them up with Pamela Anderson in Old Man and Hepatitis C. There's a cure now.
Girl, Michelle Obama can speak her mind, can't she? You know, behind every great man is a lady that can speak her mind and rip into your ass. So Obama, I feel you. But I also understand why you picked Joe Biden to be your vice president. Because after seeing Jill Biden speak at the DNC, I can definitely see her ripping into that Joe Biden ass. Unfortunately, that's also why Trump isn't a great man. Because his wife, Melania Trump, is playing that passive-aggressive stuff. Social media lover President Trump is considering banning the popular lip-syncing app TikTok in the United States. Many people believe the move is over security issues, but I think it's much simpler than that. He just couldn't secure the TikTok handle Real Donald Trump. Trump cited that the popular app posed a national security issue by tracking Americans by the Chinese government. Asked if he has ever downloaded the popular app, the Chinese government said, "Oh yeah, he has."
Former McDonald's CEO Steve Easterbrook, as seen here with the Michael Jackson of Ronald McDonald's, was fired due to a sex scandal. McDonald's is suing him for about $40 million of the roughly $55 million he earned between March 2015 and November 2019. An internal investigation found that Easterbrook had been with at least 4 employees during that span, but an inside source said that Easterbrook was basically the Bill Clinton of McDonald's. Then you have to ask yourself, does McDonald's have that many employees?
Oh, you got a McDonald's joke? So do I. Steve Easterbrook, the former CEO of McDonald's, has been fired after learning that he's had multiple relationships with other employees at the fast food chain. In hindsight, now many of the employees know why Easterbrook was pushing hard to change the name of the Happy Meal to the Happy Ending Meal.
People are defecating outside of Queen Elizabeth's Vacation Castle, the Balmoral Castle. A text from employees of the castle says, "Disappointed to see so many wipes discarded on the estate today. Please remember, there are no public toilets for miles." Talk about downplaying something. What about all the turds? And I think people are making a statement here. I mean, you have Prince Andrew and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, and many other things that have disappointed the people of England. And you know how sometimes people go play basketball and they shout out their favorite player's name when they take a shot, you know, Kobe, Jordan. I think people are making a statement, and they're squatting down and they're saying, Merkel!
After the announcement that President Trump is banning the popular social media app TikTok, Mark Zuckerberg could be heard for miles screaming, "Yes!" Mike Henry, the white actor who voiced Cleveland on The Family Guy for 20 years, recently announced that he was stepping down from the role, saying a black character should be voiced by a black actor. You know who isn't happy about the move? The black guy that plays Thomas Jefferson in The Hamilton. You know who else isn't happy about the move? The lady who voices Bart Simpson.
Speaking of racist mascots, Coachella Valley High School in Thermal, California. Their mascot is the Arabs. A town of about 3,000 people where 2/3 are Latino and 1/3 is white. The Coachella Valley High School mascot is the Arab. The Arabs. I mean, how do you come up with a cheer for that? And then look at their mascot. Look at the actual mascot. I mean, there's nothing racist there, right? So recently the name was, you know, being debated, and they changed the mascot to the Mighty Arabs. They added the word mighty, and they threw in some belly dancers. I guess it's okay.
Bernie Sanders was speaking at the DNC this week, and behind him, many people can see a massive amount of wood behind him while he was giving his speech. Clearly, Bernie Sanders is overcompensating because given his age and heart condition, he ain't getting much wood. On Sunday, Death Valley recorded the hottest temperature on Earth by clocking in at 130 degrees. Although they must have not have taken Melania and Trump's temperature when Trump was trying to hold her hand stepping off Air Force One. Reality star Kim Kardashian recently became a billionaire after selling 20% stake in her 3-year-old beauty business. I guess like Trump, you can become a billionaire by being a big ass. And for Weekend Update,
I'm Richard.
And I'm Ryan.
And we wish you a safe and happy week.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, and please comment below who you thought was funnier.